Hi, this is Jenny Brackett Brooks with my Peeps report. I am excited that I can share some of this with you. My sister did a full Ancestry.com history of our family, so it is mine as well. Since we are biological sisters. So some of the interesting tidbits as she was going back and forth through our family and the different wings or leaves or branches, if you will, she found that one of our Brackett family actually entered the colonies in Plymouth, Massachusetts Bay Colony in 1627, so just 7 years after the Pilgrims. And he did not stay there long in Massachusetts. He went straight into New Hampshire, where he founded a colony and or helped found a little town, little settlement, and had a big family. Thankfully, they moved away because it was discovered that he died in the 1660s when there was a Brackett massacre in New Hampshire. And she actually found the historical marker where this took place near the coastline of New Hampshire. And it was the Native Americans attacked the settlement there and killed everyone. Like no one in that town survived. So the reason we are here is because he was elder Brackett at the time, and his sons, many sons, had already left and gone to other places. But one of the horrific things it said that there's a rock that is like where the monument is, and it said to where they threw the babies and bashed their heads in. So it's a little bit of brutal history. The colonists weren't so great for the Native Americans, but not all the Native Americans were like Sacagawea and um, any of those that first helped. Like, oh, my kids loved the Disney Princess of God, I can't even Pocahontas. Thank you. I just blanked out on that. The other interesting tidbit that we found as we were looking through some of our family, most did not have generational wealth, did not pass down anything. They went into the mountains. We had a lot of Scots-Irish come in from Scotland into Ireland, by way of Ireland to the New World, came in through Charleston, again, very early before the Revolutionary War. But then they went into the mountains and settled in the Appalachian Mountains and lived there for most of until the cotton mill was um, built in Cherokee County, and that's why my grandfather came into Cherokee County where I live now. But we did find one interesting thing of Mr. Lingerfeld and his family in South Carolina, and this would have been in the early 1800s. We found a copy of his will, and he did indeed. It's the only record we found because honestly, we thought all our family was so poor there was nothing. But he did have a blacksmith, and um, he willed human beings to his children. So there were slaves, which is highly disturbing when we found that out. Could not believe because I really, again, never heard of that. Always heard that we had Native American blood, but when my sister did the DNA test, nothing showed up there. So just a little bit of, like I said, some interesting tidbits that we found on my family. And here is my family tree. Again, we did this on Ancestry.com. So here I am, born, yeah, just had a birthday 56 years ago. And my parents, Brackett and Williams, and then my grandfather Williams and grandmother Lingerfeld. And again, the reason we thought this family had nothing is that my grandmother was the seventh child, and my mother was the seventh child of a seventh child. And my grandmother, Ludi, who I adored and was one of the smartest and hardest working people I knew, could not read or write. So my mother was obsessed with reading and snuck off to read all the time. And it just used to anger my grandmother so much because she didn't understand and because she couldn't read. She was never sent to school, she was sent to work. Um, and so that's why my mom influenced me so much to become a literature teacher. So here I am. Again, we've got the Lingerfelts and the Black family, and it was the Blacks that were rumored to have been Native American, Native Cherokee. But again, no, nothing showed up in her DNA. I have not had mine personally done. And then it is this bracket line up here that if you kept going back further, it would lead you to Elder Brackett, who like I said, came into Plymouth Colony and was one of the first settlers of New Hampshire. So fascinating, and thank you for looking at this and assigning this. I basically, when my sister did her DNA, the multicultural is Western Europe. So not much. We had French, we had a little German, but mainly all English, Welsh, Scottish, and Irish. So thank you very much.